What's up, guys? My name is Jonathan Seller. I've been in the affiliate marketing space for the past 8 years. I've sold everything from mattresses. Now I'm selling a digital marketing course, and it comes with this thing called Master Resale Rights. And guess what? I've seen it all. I can't be tricked. I know who's phony. I know what looks like a freaking scam. I'm telling you right now, I've never seen someone that is absolutely crushing it like the person I'm about to interview. Her name is Francesca. I call her Fran. Make money with Fran. That's her Instagram handle. Guys, do you not know that she's taking over the world right now? This woman has sold literally over $1 million in 90 days. $1 million in 90 days? What? Not a year, not 2 years, not over the 8 year. She has made in profit $1 million because she sells a digital course and it comes with 100% profit. That's what's crazy about this MRR thing. It's taken over social media, master reselling rights. So she has this digital marketing course. She sells it and she's done so well. She has earned for herself, take home, over $1 million. And now she's pivoting and she's adding other products to her catalog. We're going to get all into that. I asked her the secret sauce. I go in and I'm like, please tell us the whole story. What are you really doing behind the scenes? Because there's no way that you are actually making this kind of money. It's an awesome interview. I'm super excited. So, ladies, men, grab your drink. If it's Celsius, go for it. Moms, I understand. Go get your Stanley and enjoy this interview. It's going to be fascinating. You're going to want to take notes. We put so many tips and tricks on Instagram. We talk, it's just so amazing. So I'm not kidding. Watch this. But before you do, I'm not charging money for this. Just hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. You're going to want to come back. I had Shalene Johnson on last week. Fran this week. I got an amazing guest already lined up next week. I'm telling you. Let's go. This interview is going to rock your world. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Fran. What's up, guys? Oh my gosh. I've got the one and only Fran. This is the woman who has sold almost up to $1 million in 90 days. Selling this digital marketing course that she didn't create. I didn't create it. And guess what, guys? She's on the freaking channel. We are going to ask her every question we can ask her. But first of all, Fran, you must be stopped. All right. You are too successful for your own good. What the frick are you doing? Welcome to the channel. It's good to have you on.
Thank you. I'm super excited.
So first question I have to ask, because a lot of people know I kind of make fun of this. Like, do you own a Stanley mug by chance?
No, I own a bunch of cups without lids.
See,
so
then your
I'm
success,
not cool.
your success is an anomaly then, because most of these moms are all featuring their Stanley mugs. I don't know if you've been seeing this in a lot of their reels. So that's cool to know. You don't need a Stanley mug to be successful. All right, it's cool. But I asked Fran, guys, to come on this channel because right now, Fran has really only been known as this amazing content creator that has had tremendous success, and she admits it, selling this MRR course. She's probably the #1 seller of this course. And she said, yeah, I'll come on. And I love that. So respect already, because she knows I'm going to ask her all the questions that you guys have submitted. And she hasn't told me don't ask this or anything. She wants you guys to just figure it out. She is leading with transparency and empathy, and I hope all that comes through in this interview. So let's start, Fran, with your origins. Like, who is Fran? Like, where did you come from?
Yeah. So born and raised in Dallas, Texas. I'm 36. I have 4 kids and a husband. We've been married for 13 years, I believe.
She
And
paused.
Well, it's so hard. Yeah. In 2010. We have a 3, 5, 7, and 9-year-old, which is crazy. We live in Florida now because we are feral beach people. My husband is a podcaster and a software developer. He is brilliant and awesome.
What is do you want to shout out his podcast to get him some views?
So he does a podcast with a friend named Eddie Gallagher. They have a podcast called Shoot Me Straight with Dave and Eddie. And it's just all about gathering people's stories, like from all walks of life. They've got like really cool people that come on. So that's his, if you want to listen.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit about me. I grew up in Dallas and got addicted to drugs and alcohol at a really young age. This is a big part of my story because it kind of determines like my life and how I turned out as a person. Got put in a rehab center for a year when I was 16, and
Wow.
got out of there. But basically, it changed my entire personality, perspective, drive, discipline. I before that was a very untrustworthy person, and getting sober, you really have to have a lot of discipline and just willingness and grit and desire to be able to do that and stay sober, especially as a 17-year-old. So did that and really decided to dedicate my life in any way I could to just being of service to people, however that looked. So going to college, I got 2 bachelor's degrees and a master's degree, master's in social work. An internship in my undergrad really showed me that I wanted to help abused kids. So I decided to work for child protection, which is what I did for years until I got pregnant. Getting pregnant, I worked all
Where'd you
through
meet your
that.
husband?
Oh, so we met in a recovery program when I
Wow.
got out of treatment. Yeah. He had, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying this, but he doesn't care. He talks about it all the time on his podcast. He had a few more years sober, and we were just friends for quite a while. But yeah, that's how we met. So I've known him since
Hmm.
I was 17, almost
Did
20
you
years.
did you and him come from like wealthy upbringing, silver spoon in your mouth, everything was great?
No, not at all. He was I mean, he lived in trailers as a kid. He was from West Texas. So and he's just the most incredible man. He was a drug addiction counselor for
Wow.
years. And then decided to move into software development and podcasting. But he helps so, even to this day, he's such a light in the darkness as far as like helping people in need, just really getting in the trenches with people who are struggling. So he's awesome. But
Yeah. Okay, so
yeah,
then you meet your husband, you start popping kids. What are you doing for
yeah.
work? How you guys making money?
Well, so my goal the entire time I was pregnant was and on maternity leave was to go back to work. I loved my job as a social worker. It was very hard. I worked 50-hour weeks for about $2,000 take home a month. It was nuts, but it was like where my heart was.
Wow.
Now, when
Two
I had
thousand
my
dollars take home?
oh yeah, off with a master's degree. Like y'all don't understand. I think
So
it's a
that's why
little
like
better now.
your success right now is not just you're not flipping about it. You realize how hard people work and they don't get good pay for it, like a
Oh
teacher's
yeah.
salary, social worker, like you get that.
Oh, I get that. Absolutely. I mean, it's still like I've been in the grocery store and had to leave my cart at the register because we did not have enough money to pay for groceries. Like
Wow.
I've been in all those spots. And I think that's why now, like people ask me all the time, like, what's the biggest purchase you've made? And I'm just not a stuff person. I'm not material. I want to say I'm not materialistic, but I mean, we have the things that matter, right? Like we have good investments, but like I'm
Mhm.
not one to go buy a fancy purse or shoes. Like,
Yeah, you
I don't
buy
know.
all
It
your clothes
just,
from the surf shop, you said.
that's right. I love the surf shop.
Why
Yes.
not? And this is what's
Because it's
interesting,
really
Fran, is like
healthy.
I think just the fact of you saying that, it speaks to like you found your own personal identity and you're okay with it. You don't need to be Miss Stanley Cup because that's trending right now. You don't
Yeah.
need to be Miss Gucci purse because that's what's going to get others to think that you've reached a certain economic level. You bought the house of your dreams. You got 4 kids. You love your husband. You respect him, and
Yeah.
you're doing your life. And it doesn't seem like you're looking around to the left and right wondering, does everybody approve of me?
No, you can't. I mean, you can't do that.
But like
It's
how did you get there? Do you think that has a lot to do with your recovery out of
probably, I mean, I've been at the lowest low. I have been so hopeless to the point of like, what's the point? You know what I mean?
wow.
As a young girl, like I've been just, I don't know. I've just lived where I think more than anything, I have a perspective. And also, my time of being really successful in online business before this, which we can talk about, um, you really learn what's important. And
Yeah.
um, you keep a perspective of like what really matters. Like,
Yep.
I don't know. And when you get a dose um, okay, so for example, just I don't know if you're a spiritual person, but I am.
I used to
So
be a I
I
used to be a
like to
pastor. I used to be a worship
no
pastor
way.
in full-time ministry, got the Bible degree, the master's degree in
That's
theology, that
awesome.
whole
Okay.
world.
So, okay, cool. I'm in good company. So one of my favorite books in the
Well, you'd be in
Bible.
good company even if we didn't
Yes,
have that. Like,
either way, but
we
for
love
what I'm about
everybody,
to
okay? If
say,
you're an atheist, a Muslim, we don't care, okay?
yes, but for what I'm about to say, you understand
Okay.
is what I mean. I don't mean anything
I know
else
I'm
by that.
covering you.
But
I'm covering you.
Ecclesiastes is one of my favorite books because
Yes.
I've lived that where it's just like you
Vanity,
can
vanity,
have,
vanity. It's all meaningless.
yeah, it's
Chasing
all
after the
just
wind.
dust. It means absolutely nothing. And I've been in the place where we've had everything, money, things.
Love that.
I was on stage getting awards all the time. People would ask for my freaking autograph in this company I was with, and it was like
What the
I
beep?
was. It wasn't. It did nothing for my inner peace.
Yeah.
It did nothing for my family. It did nothing for my what I was trying to like build on this earth. It was just like it literally instills in you this feeling of more, 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 more. And I do not want to live like that. I have
Dude.
no interest in constantly striving and wanting
And
more. I
and
want
this is yeah, like I
peace.
don't mean to cut you off, but like this is what fascinated about me about Fran is she publicly shared this on her Instagram that she took a year off, guys. Do you know how hard it is to take a year off when she's making all sorts of money with her previous business? Like she got out of the Moore syndrome. There's a quote by Jim
Mhm.
Carrey, the actor, who's, a hilarious Canadian actor, Truman Show, whatever. His quote really got me, and he's like, I wish for just 1 minute everybody could have all the riches and all the fame so that then they would realize it means nothing.
It
and
means nothing. Yeah.
and I think like I see that in you because, like, yes, it's awesome to wake up to getting a ton of sales and, making not passive income, but making profits every day. But it seems like you are in a different place. You have separated
Mhm.
your identity from the roles that you're playing on Instagram, from the businesses
Mhm.
that you're involved in. Nothing will change who you are, whether you're successful, whether you're having an okay day. Like, it just seems like you're a planted woman. And
Mhm.
I think I want other people that are new to this to know, like, that this is what it like. Might be part of the secret sauce that you're seeing with Fran here. Is she's not selling out of desperation, and so many
Yeah.
of you come across like, please buy for me, and it's such a sick way of social selling.
Yeah, there's no desperation. And I think I could put myself in a position of desperation if I were to spend all the money I make and, elevate my lifestyle to where it's like I need this, but like we don't, in the sense of
Mm-hmm.
we're really wise and we plan, and I'd rather just save because I feel like it offers that like security and peace to just be and just really be present with your family without worrying about money. Obviously opens the doors for opportunities, but money is neutral. It's only going to magnify what's there.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I've grown to a place where it's not going to magnify anything other than it really just provides my family a sense of security and opportunity for the future.
I love
Nothing
that.
else really matters to me.
Yeah, I love that. And I'm sure it increases your ability to be generous and help the needs
At
around you.
100%,
And
we can be very open-handed with things that come up.
yeah.
Absolutely.
What's been fun for me too is like yesterday, got a couple sales, made $1,000, and then I was like, you know what, next sale, or I didn't say next sale, I just said, hey, I want to help you guys help a couple families. DM me some families in need and let's send them a couple $100 or whatever. Like, this is what, like, these type of online businesses give people the option for. And some people, anytime you say something like that, you're going to get like, oh, that's so nice of you, you're such a nice little boy. And it's like, no, 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 no. Like, this is freaking fun. It is fun to
Yeah.
it's fun to be in a position to, like, honestly help people. I could care
Yeah.
less if you guys think it's a good, nice gesture to do. It's like for me, and probably you, it's like, would you rather a Gucci purse or like that secret like feeling of like, dude, I just blessed that family and they don't even know
Hmm.
it's from us. You know,
Yeah.
that's the fun thing. And that's why I think probably you're at that stage of your life. Like it's Maslow's hierarchy of need, where like that's the stuff that gets you excited
Yeah.
right now, you know?
It's just what matters. I mean, it's what lasts, nothing else lasts. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Ecclesiastes.
Yeah.
It's really ingrained in me. So,
That's
and
awesome.
I
Okay.
like making money. I'm not, obviously, y'all know that's like my whole thing. It's just, there's a different, like,
Do you like making money or do you like winning? Like, are you a competitive
I
person?
don't, I don't know. I like this kind of stuff. Is just fun for me. It's fun for me.
Yeah. What is
It
it that's
almost
fun
feels
though?
like I like creating. I like
You like creating. Okay.
turning and like, I don't know.
Yeah, because I always like if you look at Tom Brady football analogy, he's not playing football. Like I know he just retired, but like he wasn't playing football year after year because he needed to get a paycheck, he was
Hmm.
set for life. More money is not going to make Tom Brady any happier. So it's,
Right.
well, why is he still playing? He likes winning. He just loves the
Yeah.
freaking game. It's fun
Yeah.
being competitive. Sitting on a beach gets boring. That's it. So for you, it's more of the
I don't know.
creative
No.
expression. You're
Yeah,
like, no, I
for
like
sure.
beaches.
And honestly, and we can talk about, this when you want to get to it, but for
Let's get
me,
to it.
it was honestly like, um, taking a year off, like
Yeah, yeah.
being
Let's
in
talk about that.
network marketing for so long and then having the kind of success I had over the last 4 years being in there, and then truly making that fork in the road decision of, you know what, I know what matters. And like, there is, you can, okay, so being super, super successful. And I heard something from somebody. I went to this retreat before I stepped back from my business last year in Tennessee. It was this amazing retreat, and you were grouped with just these really incredible, successful people. And one of the people said he had worked at a very amazing company at a high level for a long time. And he just said, he lost his family. And he said, I would give back every cent, every bit of success to have my family back. And to me, that
Wow.
was, what am I chasing? Like, why is nothing ever enough? Why do I just want more, 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 more? And with that, it was super time consuming. It was traveling, it was this, it was that, it was always on, it was always hustling. And I just made it, it was time to make a decision.
Dude,
And it
it's
was time I completely stepped back. So I, I was not on social media for an entire year. I was completely stepped back. I literally started reading like 6 mystery novels a week. Like, it was like, I am totally decompressing and healing, and Bible studies and community. I mean, I would have friends just cry and just be like, "Oh my gosh, you're back! Like,
mm.
this is incredible! Like,
You,
you're back."
do you feel like
Um,
business became that new addiction for you?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
just this, and it was so crazy. And I remember thinking, like, I make $120,000 a month. I think the biggest month I had there was 200 and something $1,000. And I just remember thinking, like, it's not enough.
Not enough.
But you sit back and you think, how the heck can anybody spend this much money?
Yeah.
Like, and how is it not enough? Like, my mind was just so
Dude, this is good.
twisted. It was just so twisted. And I needed to completely remove myself to untwist. And just decide, like, I don't know. I just needed to focus on what was important.
So the catalyst for you then was like you went to this place. I don't, if you don't want to disclose the name, but is it that one retreat where all those people go? Donald Miller supports it in
I don't
Nashville,
know.
Story Brand, like
It's called On-Site. And
On-Site. Yes, it's
yeah,
freaking everyone talks about On-Site. If you're
it
familiar
is.
with
And
John
it's
Chris, the comedian,
incredible.
he went there. Everybody talks like crazy,
Mhm.
amazing stuff about onsite. So guys, Google them. If you find you're in the same
Yeah.
place, you're successful, but you're just freaking addicted or you have an addiction, whatever, onsite, onsite, onsite. So you really
Yeah, it's
recommend,
awesome.
you recommend that experience.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because when you
absolutely.
go, you're not allowed to disclose what you do. No, you don't know if you're with someone
You are
famous.
not you are not allowed to say what
Yeah.
you're not allowed to say what your occupation is. On the very last day, it's 6 days. 6 days. We all broke the rules and we were just like we had all had ideas about what each other did because you get really close. And you just feel like, oh my gosh, I've known these people forever. It's really cool. And at
Yeah.
the end, we just all disclose, and it was a really cool experience. But I'll never forget that. I'll just never forget what was said. I was at the point where I could truly make that call,
Yeah. So you,
and it was just like, no amount of accolades, money, anything is more important than like my role here as a wife and a mom. And um all you feminists out there, I don't care. This is like where I was at.
yeah. I
So I
love how
got to make
so
that call,
I
and it was
love
hard.
how I love how self-aware you were to even check yourself in to do a retreat at on-site. And then I love that you are like, there's a quote, I think Rockefeller, he was asked like, how much is too much? Or how, when are you going to stop? And this is like one of the richest men. He's like, just a little more,
Yeah.
a little more. And I think if we don't rein our own the humanity to desire more and more and more, that insatiable desire. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
the plight of man. That's the problem
Mm-hmm.
with our species, is we can never be present, especially in America, where we only value people that produce. It seems like
Mm-hmm.
if you produce, you're good and your identity, you feel good. But I think that's a great message to everybody watching us today. And I think you're a testament, because I have never done that. Honestly, I've never taken a year off
Mm-hmm.
to be able to do that. And I mean, that's, I think a great message. So let's talk about a lot of people are asking me, they submitted questions. Can she talk about what she did in network marketing? So where were you at and what made you think I should get into network marketing? Wasn't that a scary word? Aren't those people that are like, come over to my house, we got a Tupperware thing and I want you to buy Tupperware for me and all this crap.
Yeah.
So why'd you get into network marketing?
So, I quit my job when I had my first baby. My husband had just left his counseling career and was starting a startup software from the ground up, which is, he is so brilliant, but it was like a bootstrap situation. And that was it was great. Like we were making it, but it was there, it was really hard. And so my sister-in-law got in. I had never really understood network marketing at all. This was in 2015. This was a long time ago. I didn't understand it. I was barely on like social media, just a little bit, not really. And she started selling it, and one of my best friends had a baby at the same time and was like, I'm looking for a company to work from home to make $500 extra a month. I was like, hey, my sister-in-law is doing this thing. And so I connected them. And then through that, I was like, yeah, she went to a meeting, whatever. And then she called me and I was like, okay, I'll sign up. I'll support you, whatever. And then it was health supplements. And I had just had a baby and I was like, not feeling the best. And so then, I just got into it that way and learned it. I mean, it was a shit show. Like, let's be honest. Like, when I first started social marketing, I was horrible. So I tell people, I'm like, embrace the suck. Nobody sees you at this point. However, at that point, I was actually promoting to my friends and family. So everybody did see me. But I just found out that I was like really good at it. And very quickly, I started making an extra $1,000 a month. To us at that time, that was oh my gosh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I just kept going. And um, then in 2019, I pivoted to another company and just saw wild, massive success. I think just because of the work ethic I had shown and, things like that. And so that was 2019. And Yeah.
What
Had
were
lots.
you in? Like, have you disclosed like what company that is or?
I don't want, I mean, I'm sure people can find it. I'm trying to keep this super duper separate, and
Okay.
um, I still make a residual paycheck, and my legal contract with them is very strict. That's why when people say, like, oh, you had a network before, like, yeah, but I was legally unallowed, if I wanted to keep my multiple six-figure residual check I worked my ass off for, legally unallowed to market to that network at all. So
Mhm.
I have not been able to touch that, unless it's been an organic find. But yeah, I just try to keep it super separate, just to protect what you know.
Right. I I think I understand that the compliance reasons, and you've said
Mhm.
publicly, you created a new Instagram account, but when you also admit that anytime anyone builds some kind of following, a brand around their name, people are going to follow you wherever you go. Whether there's a contract in place, a compliance, it doesn't, people are interested in what Fran is doing. Wouldn't you say that that is true? And you have had that residual happen organically? Again, you haven't done anything wrong.
Organically, but when I set all my stuff up, I didn't even connect my phone number. And
Right.
I actually don't go by Fran. I go by Francesca, but I made my stuff Fran to kind of separate it from that. Not like it makes a huge difference, but I
Right.
didn't connect my phone number. I didn't connect my emails. I didn't, I like didn't allow it to connect me in any way. So yes, people have organically found me, and I think it holds weight what I've who I am, who
Mm-hmm.
I've proved myself to be in business over time. But I would say 98% of my customers are complete strangers that I've met just on social media. So, what I think my prior business experience gave me was a comfort. I mean, I think I just have a comfort on social, and I just have a confidence in who I am and what I want to present on social.
So there's going to be people that push back on that because they'll say, well, I'm watching all these other women and their reels are just as good as yours. They got just as good of presentation. You're not doing anything super special. Um, I, how do you answer that? Because I said I was going to interview you, and there's people saying, guys, a lot of it has to do with her previous network. And I said publicly, guys, she has said she's done everything in compliance. She even down to the phone number, connecting, whatever. But the pushback is still, yeah, but those people have found her and they're going to go where she goes. And that's how she got where she got. She definitely had a head start, which again, I'm like, well, so you're saying this woman was successful and now she's not allowed to, ride on that? Like, that's not how the real world works. Like, this woman has put in years since 2019, you said?
Well, with that company, I've been doing social media selling since 2015,
Yeah, so there
I
you
guess.
guys go. So like, maybe speak to this, because I've heard you say, guys, I've had no experience selling a digital course before.
Yeah.
And the other side of that is, but I have been selling crap online since 2015.
Yeah, but if you guys look at any of my stuff, I say I've earned millions online,
Yep.
and I earned $3.5 million in the last 4 years online. Like, I don't know why people think I'm pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. I've been super transparent with my story. I'm not trying to hide anything. And if
Yeah.
I could pull for y'all, if I could find a way to do that, to say, like, this is how many people have bought this course for me that I know, you
Yeah.
guys would be like, oh my gosh, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Well,
it.
and the other thing too is people, idiots, have said there's no way that she has made almost $1 million from this one course. And I'm like, she freaking shows the screenshots. This
Yeah,
woman is not lying. Uh,
yeah,
I promise you, like, this is the reality of Instagram. Your small little limited thinking doesn't understand the vastness of all these platforms. There are billions of people. If you Google it, I think it says 2 billion people on Instagram. I don't buy that because that's probably including all the dead accounts and bot accounts. So let's
Yeah.
just say, okay, there's 1 billion people, and then how many are Westerners, meaning how many people speak English? Let's really narrow it down. Okay, there's hundreds of millions of people that are interested in all these niche, how to make money online. You
Hmm.
sold in the niche of health and wellness and fitness, and
Hmm.
uh, and it's like I think the attacks on you aren't merited, because you have put in the effort. You've been in this space, um, network marketing or whatever word you want to say. You understand this world of social media and creating a following and a brand and following up with
Hmm.
emails. Like none of this was new to you, right? So I want you to speak to someone who is completely new and let them know that their first inning, looking at you, it's okay to
Hmm.
suck because they're looking at
Oh
you
yeah.
going, she's having all this success. How come I'm not getting any sales?
Yeah. Well, and let me just tell you what I tell people, because I have lots of private conversations with people, because that's the other thing people say is that I don't post any value or I don't support my people. Like, y'all are wrong. But what I tell people, somebody might say, well, I'm making the same reel as you and I'm doing the same things as you. But maybe that's the problem, because maybe you're not being you. Because I think what happens with a lot of people on social media is they present what they think they're supposed to present, and they sound like a robot, or they don't look like they're comfortable or that they're themselves. And so maybe it's that you don't need to do exactly what I'm doing, but you need to find your specific voice and what makes you feel comfortable in yourself. And then that's what you go for, because this is all about building genuine connection with people and building trust. And if people think you are being an authentic, genuine person, and that is what you present across all platforms at all times, because that's who you are, you're going to build that connection. You're going to build that trust. But when you're trying to be like X, Y, and Z, people can see that you don't look comfortable. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's real. It doesn't, or it comes from a
Right.
place of desperation, or I'm trying to
Right.
trick you into buying something from me. It doesn't
Yeah.
work. Even for me, like as a guy, 90, let me ask you this. How many, what is the percentage of people that have bought this course from you? And literally, I think a couple thousand people have purchased from you. What percentage are women?
Oh my gosh. I mean, 99% probably.
Dude, then this, think about me. Now I feel better, like, because I'm just going to make an excuse right now. I wish I was a woman, okay? Because women seem to connect better with other women. They see themselves, it's relatable. And so here I am, male figure. I identify as
Hmm.
male. Yes, I said it. Cancel me. And here I am in this world of selling a digital product. And I got in, Fran, because I was like, dude, if I'm the only guy in this space, I'll be a
Hmm.
disruptor. I'll be unique. I'll stand out. And now I'm starting to see more guys
Yeah.
purchase from me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe this is onto something. But
Hmm.
I think social selling has always just been, oh, it's for females that do these dance TikTok moves. And
Hmm.
and there guys are like, I'm not doing that crap. And here I am.
Yeah.
If you follow me on social media, you'll see I don't do that crap either. I just
Yeah.
talk directly to people about what I'm learning, the values, and I try to just be fully myself. It's a
Hmm.
completely different approach. I'm not waking up every morning looking at what is everybody else doing today. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go do that. So I don't know. What is your feelings? Maybe there's some guys watching this too. Like, would you agree with that? That this is still an opportunity for guys, or would you be like, it's kind of a
Oh,
woman's world?
yeah. I get asked all the time by men, like, it seems like it's just young women. Like, do you have any guys having success? So I feel like the guys are all kind of just like waiting in the background. Yeah, this is
Let's
great.
say, check out my friend Jonathan.
Everyone's just kind of like waiting, and all the men are just kind of like waiting in the background to see that
Yep.
guy who is going to pave the way, for them. Um, but I mean, yeah, I think men just in our society in general have a need and a desire to feel like they can provide for whoever they are providing for, and this is a perfect opportunity for them. They just maybe aren't seeing the trailblazer yet.
Right. Cool. All right. I love that we talked about that because I do think, like for me, I want to get in on things early. I want to see opportunities, and
Yeah.
I see being a guy, it's an opportunity to disrupt the space. But again, guys, stop following women and doing the same reels they're doing. You look like
Right.
you look weird. Like, you have to
Yeah.
find your own voice. That's the whole point of social media. You find your own tribe. Okay. So
Hmm.
if you're creating a personality on social that isn't truly who you are, then you're
Hmm.
creating a tribe that you don't relate to. Like, if you're a
Yeah.
mechanic dude, be a mechanic dude and talk about
Yeah.
whatever the things you want to talk about.
I think it's just like with social media, like the 0.5% are those like influencers, right? And everything's perfect and the colors are perfect and everything's perfect and everyone thinks that's what they're supposed to be. But I understand, like, the where I'm coming from is I understand that 99.5% of people are like me,
Yeah.
and they're not perfect and they're messy and they're moms and they've got food on their clothes and they've got crazy morning hair, whatever it is. Like, if you can just show those parts of you, people are going to be like, oh my gosh, look at what Fran is doing. If their mindset is right, they'll say, look at what Fran is doing. She looks just like me, right? There's obviously, we're all different. But if she can do something like this, like, why can't I? That's what people relate to, not the like mega influencer, everything's on brand and everything's perfect. Like, if that's not you, don't try to be that. It's not going to work.
Right. So what is your how did you find out about MRR, by the way?
Um,
I'm
the
sorry.
algorithm on
Everybody's
TikTok.
gonna attack me and go, it's not called MRR. It's a digital marketing course.
Okay,
It's
but
called
there's psychology behind that, and I can share with you my why I do that, why I say
exactly, guys. So listen up. Here's your first tip.
that. Well, so when I found it, we might have started around the same time.
No,
I launched May.
you started months before me. Don't give me that kind of pressure where I have
Oh, you said 60 days. Okay, sorry. I thought you said 90. Okay,
no.
you said 2 months. I'm 3 months. So I launched May 22nd. There was 500 people in the community when I bought
Wow.
the course. Yeah, in the original community. I don't
Right.
know how many were in the Learn and Earn at that point, but it was very little. And the concept of master resale rights, the concept, because we know it's a concept, was not on the map. Like, I know it's an age old concept, but like, social media did not know about it. There wasn't an opportunity really out there for it. And so it was trending. Like, people were like, what's this? Like, all the $7 course people were jumping on master resale rights. And so it was smart for me to use the term master resale rights, because when you overcomplicate something, people shut down and they go bye bye. But if you can keep a concept simple and just be like, this is master resale rights, instead of, well, this is master resale rights course, Learn and Earn, not to be confused with the roadmap. Like, nobody knows what the hell you're talking about, and
Yep.
they're shut down, they're gone.
Yep. You confuse, you lose.
Yeah, let's talk about the details in a DM. I'm just trying to get you to see that I am doing the trending concept master resale rights,
Yeah, yeah.
because that's going to stop you and we're going to have a conversation. All the details are done, through a private
So
connection. But
so
anyways, that's
how did you hear about it though? Was it just you scrolling on
TikTok.
Instagram one day and like, oh, there's my
Yeah.
next business.
Um,
I think I'll go
it
make
was
$1 million
not on
in 90
Instagram.
days.
It wasn't on Instagram when I started. Okay. Everybody was doing it on TikTok. And I
Huh?
found it on TikTok just because of my algorithm. I was doing that stupid $7 course where I was posting all of those side hustle videos. Um, you want to know, you want to see what it looks like to be robotic and not yourself on social media. Scroll to the bottom of my Instagram and look at my videos where I was doing side hustles. And then look at the videos where I do master resell. You can see a total difference in what it looks like to talk about something you're genuinely excited about versus something you feel like you have to do to gain followers.
Yeah.
It's a drastic difference, but that's
Yeah.
what I was doing. And
You know,
I felt,
I almost bought it too. Like, I actually bought the $7 course. And
yeah,
then in order to unlock the rest of the $7 course, they had to set up a sales call with me. So I set it
yeah,
up thinking, okay, I'll just survive the sales call so I can get the rest of the course. And then I on the sales call, that's when they introduce you. Okay, in case you're new to this, we're talking about legendary marketing. David Sharp, he's got this course and the upsell is $2,500. And there's probably nothing wrong with the material. I think, any course that offers lessons in how to grow a business, digital marketing, affiliate marketing, hey, more power to you. But in the course, they do teach what Fran's talking about is
Yeah.
saying like, hey, did you know Target has an affiliate program? You can make 1 to 3K. Saying the words you can make is so shady to me. And I actually have a couple of reels I just released today where it's like, if in your bio you say make 1 to 10K a month, take it down. These are income claims. They're stupid. Nobody believes you. You look like you're lying to people because the reality is you might not make, anything. And so, yes, there's a whole brand of people on social that are selling using these old school tactics. And I think Fran and I both together saw MRR where it was like no upsells, no
Yeah.
gatekeeping, one price. And you went, that is my value system. I can get behind that.
Yeah. Well, I just felt, and I will say, the course that you get is packed full of value. So the course, the information, like you said, in itself in Legendary is not, it's not bad. It's
Right.
good. It's just how I felt marketing the way it was marketed, which was it's a $7 course. It took me 15 days to learn this skill. And it's like,
Same.
okay, but it's not $7. But like they don't want you to tell anyone it's $2,500. But like
It's old school
it was
marketing
just,
tactics. I
I
get it.
felt so shady. And I mean, it was like by 3 weeks doing that, it was like I didn't know there was any, I didn't know what else was out there, but I was like, this is like sucking the life out of my
Right.
soul.
Okay, so then
So
you saw
that's what,
MRR, you're on TikTok, you're like, this I'll take. So you bought the course. Did you go through the course or did you just like, I'll sell whatever?
yeah, well, I mean, I went through the course for sure to the point where I did my sales funnel, did all that stuff, and I launched. So it took me about, okay, I bought it on a Thursday afternoon.
I love that you
Worked
know
on it
that.
Friday while my kids were at school. Took the weekend off because I don't do a lot of work on the weekends with my kids. And then worked on it Monday and launched on May 22nd. And then went through, launched, got really busy, did go through some of the other modules. But yeah, I launched when I went through the sales process stuff.
And
So
and how long did it take you to get your first sale?
So I tell people it took me 24 hours to get my first sale, but I had been building up my TikTok and my Instagram for 3 weeks at that point with those, side hustle videos. And
And
most of my sales in the beginning came from TikTok. It's
really?
only when my TikTok, yeah, it's only when my TikTok got banned, that I really was like, you know what? It is so, and TikTok will ban you for
Yeah.
nothing. However, if you're impersonating somebody and trying to scam them out of money on Telegram or
Right.
whatever it is, they won't ban you. only random people.
Yeah, I saw a girl get banned because she was like, guys, there's so many ways to make money online. And I'm so thankful I haven't fallen to do OnlyFans and blah, blah, blah. Just because she mentioned OnlyFans, she got banned. And it's like, I'm saying the opposite. This is,
Yeah, it's really crazy. So I was like, okay, no one's talking about master resale rights on Instagram that I can see.
wow.
Instagram's really hard to grow.
Okay.
Really hard to grow. It's more of like a trust building platform. Just takes time. That's when I decided like, all right, I'm going to learn what Instagram likes. I am going to like really throw myself into that. And when I started doing that is when I really started to see things kind of take off for me.
Okay. So let's talk about that. I like that term. I think I'm going to make a digital course called What Instagram Likes. Um,
Yeah.
because so you're using TikTok, but primarily now you're just using Instagram, right? That's like me.
Well,
That's all I use is my little Instagram account. And I actually am on the personal account. You do business creator, so you can track analytics and all that. People are like, "What are you doing, man? And I'm like, I just use a personal account." So let's
yeah.
get into like what Instagram likes.
Yeah. So it's the complete opposite of what TikTok likes. So I do not, I mean, to save time for the people just like trying to get something out there, yeah, bring your videos from TikTok over to Instagram, just remove the watermark, all that stuff. But if you really want to do what each platform likes, you have to do completely different content filmed in that app and posted to those like different apps. So what Instagram likes are short 4 to 6 reels with a hook on the screen and a long, like robust caption.
Hey, so hook on the screen, does that mean text? Does that mean
Yeah. Oh,
secret
always
words?
text on the screen, but it's got to be a good hook. Like it's got to like you've got 1 second to stop people from scrolling the billions of things that they're offered every single day. So,
Mhm.
um, you got to have something on there that's going to stop people. Whether if it's a talking video, it needs to be the first thing that comes out of your mouth, or if it's text on the screen, it's got to be the first thing they see. It's going to stop them.
Hmm.
And then putting a long caption keeps people on your reel for a second, which loops it. And then that increases your engagement, which Instagram likes. And so that's what Instagram likes.
Yeah, high retention views. That's what
Yeah.
these platforms are. They're businesses. They want to keep customers on their platforms the
Yeah.
longest. So just think with that mentality when you're creating your content, like how do I get someone to like what I'll do sometimes is I'll try to use the subconscious where like I'll walk around and it'll look like I'm headed toward a door. People want to finish that story loop before they get off my reel. They're like, what's beyond the door? Where is he
Yeah.
going? What's he gonna see? And it's all these subconscious psychological stuff. So there's a lot of like psychological manipulation that goes into content creation.
Mm-hmm.
But spill the tea on some things. I mean, people that made it this far in the interview, what is the secret sauce? Like, what is Fran doing? Is she secretly, do you upload like captions and pull them off to the side? Or like, is there any trickery that you can look at and go, guys, this honestly is really, really working for me when it comes to Instagram?
I've done that in a few of my videos. I can't say that that actually makes that big of a difference. I honestly like looking at my videos, some of them popping off and some of them not. I try to see like what is it about this video that takes off and this one that doesn't. And I
Right.
don't know that I actually know other than it's just like by random chance sometimes. Um, I am experimenting with no hashtags right now
I saw that.
because I was told that it possibly limits you to the people like interacting with those hashtags. So it's possible that if you don't use hashtags, you're shown to a lot more people.
So you're
I don't think
experimenting
I've
with
given
that?
it, huh?
You're just experimenting with that right
I'm
now?
just experimenting. It's like maybe 4 days in at this point. I don't
Okay.
know yet
Yeah.
if that's
My
working or
belief in
not.
that is that Instagram's AI at this point in their algorithm is so smart that they don't really need your little trending hashtags anymore because
Yeah,
they're listening to your voice, what you're saying. People
yeah,
forget that. So when I do talking head videos, I'll be like, digital marketing, MRR. Like I say
yeah,
these things so that the algorithm goes, oh, he's talking about this crap. I'll throw him to this audience that likes this crap so that they
yeah,
can all see, So people please know that because all these little Instagram fake gurus that are like, please use 20 hashtags. It's like these are 2020 Instagram growth tactics that aren't
yeah.
necessarily relevant today. What about time of
But
day and trending audio? Like push back on that because I want you to disagree with me if you think, Jonathan, no, I disagree because I
yeah.
want this conversation to be
Well,
beneficial
I
to everybody.
definitely think to your point, SEO keywords and not like I don't know, it's really hard. It's not going to be the keywords that we know as like people in the industry of digital marketing. It's going to be like how would, if you were having a conversation with a friend at a coffee shop about wanting to make money online, like what words would y'all use? Like would it be like are you interested in digital marketing? Like you're not going to say that. You're going to be like oh my God, like we've got so many bills. I want to take a vacation. Like, how do I make some extra cash? Right? It's going to be different
How to
than
make
like,
extra cash.
it's just,
That's different than
yeah.
digital marketing online.
What is the layperson
Yeah.
going to search or how are they going to say it? Not the person already in. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
keywords, I think SEO.
When you say SEO, so a lot of people say search, but the search is going to be what are you typing? Like how to make
Mhm.
you're going to see how to make money online, how you're going to see the same SEO stuff. So
Yeah.
it doesn't change every day, does it?
No, I don't think so. But also like how like the SEO stuff, how to make money online, which is something that I've searched and gotten hashtags and keywords from. But like, how many of those people searching that are people like us, right? Like, have we, try other things? I think one of the things I noticed a massive drop in my views in the last like week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know there was some Instagram glitches happening, but then part of me also thought like, so many people in MRR are looking at my posts and maybe copying my hashtags word for word and all these things. Like, is that hindering me? Like, do I need to kind of switch it up to, once again, like reinvent and set myself apart in some way? So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know what that looks like yet,
Yeah.
but those are the things I'm trying with, like trying new hashtags, trying no hashtags, trying different SEO keywords. But those are the things that I do think are important. I do think trending audio is important, because when I'm scrolling through reels, if I notice the same audio again and again, I'm like, okay, that's trending, right? And I do think that's important. So I always go with trending audio.
Okay.
I do try to mix it up of like talking videos and like those short little reels.
But
Stories
you
are
really
important.
believe in like 4 to 6 seconds. Like my reels, I go long. I'm doing the whole minute. And I think and I do focus in on that first second, right? Because,
Yeah.
I'll say like, if you're saying you can make money online, you're lying. Like I'll say something disruptive where people are
Yeah.
like, why, what? But then I'll draw out what does he mean by that? And I'm trying to like keep a high, the reason I guess I'm doing long form video is I want that high retention view.
Mm-hmm.
But you're saying, bro, Instagram wants that 4 to 6 seconds.
Yeah. TikTok wants your long video.
Right. And I'm not even on freaking TikTok. I just hired a VA to help me get on TikTok, but
Yeah, so that's the difference. Like if you look at my TikTok, you'll see it's all 1.5 to 3 minute videos.
1.5 to 3 minute videos.
They
Wow.
want you to tell a story, basically. It's the direct opposite of Instagram. That's why
Yes.
it's like not always helpful to use what you do on TikTok to Instagram or vice versa.
Right.
Um, so
Okay. And then what about time of day? You do 3 reels a day. Most of
yeah,
us in MRR are doing that. So everybody calm down when people go, how do I grow? And if someone says the word consistency again, you're gonna punch them in the face. Because
that's
like
what I
we
say.
know that.
Yeah,
We
but that's
Yeah,
you
but
gotta prove
Fran, let me
yourself.
push back on you. If you consistently suck, you're going to get the same results. Your
True,
consistency answer isn't going to help people. They
true.
suck. They don't know what they're doing. They don't come across as themselves. So, like, I hate giving that answer because I just did a reel on that. I was like,
Hmm.
consistency is a horrible answer for people that suck because they're just
Yeah,
going to repeat the same crappy content that isn't
yeah.
working for them. So, what else besides consistency? Is it time of day? Are you hacking into
I don't
something?
even look. I mean, I do at the same time every day just for my own, I guess, accountability.
Yeah, you
But
just
I don't even look at I don't even look at my analytics because honestly, with Instagram, your videos are not going to get the most traction right off the bat. It's going to be in a week or two that you notice that your video went from like 5,000 views to 20,000 views. Like there's definitely a lag on Instagram as far as like visibility. So I don't even worry about like instant views. That's not really my concern. I just, for my own accountability, I try for 8, like 12:45 to 1, and then 7:45 to 8 at night. So just like morning, noon, and night is
but
basically.
remember, guys, she's on a different time zone than the rest of
Yeah,
America. So don't be like, okay, I'm going to do exactly like Fran does. She's not saying
that's not your make or
she called
break.
Instagram and said these are the 3 times to do. Stop with that. And any
Yeah,
fake Instagram guru putting all their weight into these stupid tactics are dumb. Like if your content sucks, honestly, none of these time of day, trending audio, all that's going to work. I think Fran and I are on the same page with that.
yeah, absolutely. But also, I guess it would depend on what the person's issue is, but also I've seen people like come to me and be like, nobody is following me, nobody is buying. And I look at their stuff and I'm like, you've made like 3 videos. Like, chill out. Instagram needs you to prove yourself, okay? You got to like, I mean, I remember
Yeah,
being
you're dating the
like,
algorithm. I like that.
yeah, a couple weeks in and gaining like 1 follower a day. Like that is
Yep.
okay. It's just
Yep.
you gotta
I
people you just gotta dig your heels in and always learn how to get better with your content. I always tell people that. Like your content needs to be compelling. It needs to look nice. Like I'm not saying like you've got to look super nice. I'm just saying if you have, if I put like bright purple writing on my reel, it's going to be like an eyesore.
yeah. Yeah.
Use the little paint dropper and
Yes.
pick a little item in your picture to match the color just so it's like
100%. Aesthetics
seamless.
matter. Beauty matters.
They
Like
do.
like this is a visual platform, people. So don't be like,
Mhm.
well, beauty shouldn't matter. It's like, okay, it does. And
Yeah.
maybe you don't look beautiful and you're like a 5 out of 10. That's fine. Make your reel look beautiful,
It's
find
more
good
so
lighting.
about like it's more so about like it being comfortable on the eyes as far as
Yeah.
like, oh, everything's like very calming and matching
Yes.
versus like, whoa, that writing's hot pink and that's like, ow, that hurts. You know what I
Dude,
mean? It's
there,
just
yes, that right there, guys, is so important. Like I just assume people are smart enough to know this crap, but they're not. Actually, go visit some people's houses, look at the paint color in their house, and you're like, these people, or the lighting they choose is like this bright lights, and it's like, dude, this is not a calming environment. This is supposed to be your home, a
yeah,
sanctuary, and they got these like white filament lights, and it's like these. Some people just don't think. They're not interior designers. They don't know how to create content. So hopefully this
yeah,
advice helps them.
yeah,
What
yes.
okay, so with Instagram, we talked about time of day, we talked about reel length, we talked about hashtags, SEO. You're doing 3 times a day reels. What else is there, would you say, to someone who's just starting out social selling on Instagram? What's some taboo things that you're seeing other women, some guys doing with MRR that you're just like, it's so cringe. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, I mean, I cannot tell you how many people go after my follower list or go after the people commenting on my posts
What are they
and
doing exactly?
trying to get the sale.
So they'll
Like,
follow them, message them, be like, "Hey, I see you're interested in
mhm,
MRR. I sell it too,"
mhm.
and then they'll bash
Yeah,
you.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I
that's so
think
stupid.
I know people are like, "Oh, Fran's taking all the sales." I'm like, "No, actually, I'm like the bright shining light for people to grab there." And they'll offer things. I just think stuff like that is bad business. It's bad juju. It doesn't help people trust you. Like maybe they're going to take the sale and get the $50 Amazon gift card, right? They're going to get the sale because they're offering something that I'm not going to offer. And that's fine, but in the end, that person's always going to have it in the back of their head that like you're not a trustworthy business person. Like it just fractures. I don't
Yeah.
think it's good.
Yeah, I'll
So
do.
things like that, I deal with that all the time.
But you have an
Um,
abundance mentality. You don't care. Like, I love that
yeah.
it's not about like,
Oh
I need
yeah.
every sale. Like, people are like, relax. This girl's complaining that some people take her sales and she's made $1 million in 90 days. That's not what she's saying. She's saying, if you want to
No.
win online, stop doing
Yeah.
stupid tactics, because it's not a good
It
long-term
just
strategy.
doesn't build your
It
brand well.
doesn't,
And
yeah.
there are people that hopefully are watching this that can vouch. But if somebody comes to me and says, I am talking to this person, but I also want to talk to you, I will be the one to say, I do not want to steal a sale. If you are talking to somebody else, please continue to talk to them. I'm happy to answer your questions, but for them. Like,
Yeah.
I do not do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, there have been times where people have bought the course from me that I had no idea they were talking to somebody else, and that's not my fault. But if somebody tells me outright, I'm not desperate. I don't need that sale. It's not at the risk of like my brand or my integrity. So just things like that, I think are really important. And I mean, like we talked about, like the cringe stuff would just be like not like just not being yourself. I feel like there's not really anything special. I'm not gatekeeping like a secret other than I just think I decided coming out of that $7 course that what was needed in this industry on Instagram as far as making money online was somebody that was going to present their offer in a transparent, like upfront way. Like I'm not trying to, even with the way I set up like and the girl I bought the course from originally had her set up like this. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love this because this is exactly like, this is how I want to be sold to. I don't have a squeeze page. You go to my site, you're going to see every bit of information you could possibly want on master resale
Yeah.
rights, right? The course that I'm selling. I grab your email when you've read enough that you want to go to the order page.
Yep.
So
No,
I feel like that's grabbing
you
great leads, right?
full
Um,
transparency, Fran. I saw that with you, and I copied the same idea when you
yeah,
did that on my website, because I was like, it's like when you did that and explained why you did that, I got rid of my squeeze and I did the same thing. I was like, I'm just going to give everybody the
yeah.
information, because when they opt in, I know this is a real legit person that's
It's
interested.
a real lead.
Yeah,
And
it's
that goes
really,
against every marketing principle that we'd be taught by the experts, right?
yep.
But my mindset is that of, and I saw it, so it's not my original idea, but I saw it, and I think I didn't really understand why she did that. I just thought to myself, like, yes,
Yes.
if somebody asks
Simple.
for my email before I get the information, I exit out because like I feel like I'm getting got, right?
Yep. Yeah,
So just
in my page, I actually went one step. I don't know if I haven't been to your website in a while, but I have in the opt-in, it says get my free ebook and see pricing, because I know when people go, that's really what they want to see, the pricing.
yeah,
And I offer not just the course, but I also offer content support. I have a
yeah,
content team that does my reels. And so if people want to buy that package, they'll see that in there. But the only way they see that in there is when they opt in. Um,
yeah.
so there's a lot of ways to do it. I don't think I wouldn't put 100% weight into like, oh, it's because of her opt-in page that she's so,
No.
no, you have to get people interested enough to
Yeah.
even get to that opt-in page.
But it's that principle of
It's the
like,
principle. Yep.
you know how much it costs. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to trick anybody into, like, I honestly, if people come to me and they're like, I really want to do this, I have to make a sale like right away so I can like feed my family. I'm like, no,
Don't
no,
do this.
I
Don't,
do
yeah.
not want your sale.
It's why I
You know,
don't
it's
take
like,
payment plans. I won't take a payment plan because I know, one, a lot of those people are going to cancel their credit card. Two, I've turned down
yeah,
sales in my DMs, Fran, because people are like, hey, do you take a payment plan? I'm ready to go right now. And I'm like, no. I said, I don't want you to go in debt for this. This is a real business. It's
yeah,
not a get rich quick. I've I just don't, I'm the same way. And you know why we're like that, Fran? Is like I have other businesses too. Like I'm financially able to do stuff like that. You don't feel desperate for the sale. And I think that I understand the person that like it's hard to turn down that sale, right? But
yeah,
play the long game. Do not
yeah,
prey on like income claims and please buy this will change your life. You're not going to see Fran talk like that, guys. And there's a reason for it. Is Fran understands it takes
yeah.
time to build a brand, to build a business online.
And let me clear up what an income claim is. An income claim would be me saying, hey, do this course with me and you can make $5,000 today, just like I did.
Yeah, exactly.
Not, that's an income claim. I don't
Yeah.
know what the hell you're going to make. I don't know if you're going to
Yes.
make your money back. I tell
Amen.
people that. How quickly can I make my first sale? Not a clue. I've
I
had
don't
people
know.
make their
Yeah.
first sale. I've had people make their first sale in a day, and I've had people doing this for 8 weeks that haven't made a
Yep.
sale. I honestly do not know when
Yeah.
you're going to make a sale. But me sharing my journey and saying, hey, my results are not typical, that is not an income claim. That is
Yeah.
actually my journey.
Oh, I'm
Does
so
that
glad
make
we touched on that.
sense?
Yes, 100%. I'm so glad you touched on that.
Okay.
I actually called out a lady who was calling you out, me out, because I'll post, hey, I just got a sale. Oh my gosh, I made $1,500 today. Like today, I made $1,500. I posted, I'm celebrating, I'm winning, I'm showing that it's working. But
Mm-hmm.
to people that are struggling, they feel threatened. There's a sense of I get it. I feel, dude,
Yeah.
I told Fran before the call, I was like, dude, I'm super jealous of you. Like, I can't stand you. But here I am. I got to know her story. And I'm like, she's not a bad dude. She's not trying to like scam people. And she doesn't do these stupid income claims. So anybody that you hear attacking Fran saying she's trying to manipulate people to buying, that's not, go watch her stuff. She's not doing that.
Yeah.
This is my results. And now you've even added caption to say like, my results aren't typical.
Yeah.
And I don't even know you have to say that. I don't think you do. It's just, these are your results, but you're not trying to be deceptive. You have on your website, guys, I was in network marketing. I've done this for years. You're not
Mm-hmm.
hiding that. You've been fully
Yeah.
transparent. And I appreciate that you're not,
Yeah.
not disclosing that. Um,
Yeah.
but so the income claims, you feel like, is that shady? Do you feel like that's old school tax? Is it like, do you think you'll do that continually, even post $1 million? I'm sure you'll celebrate because you're close to 1 million. She's going to probably get there.
So I
You,
actually surpassed 1 million with the launch of the new thing I'm doing, but I feel like I shouldn't post that because it's always been just my MRR. So
yeah.
it's things like that that I think of. Like I'm
Yep.
not trying to like, I don't know. I just think in that way of I have to stick to like what I've been doing. But Yeah, I think I will because that's freaking amazing. And one of the things that really gets me that I've really noticed, because I got a really nasty DM yesterday from somebody, and I told her, I was like, I'm not going to play small for you. Like, you guys wouldn't give a shit if I was like, I made $500 today. Because that doesn't shock people. Like, I mean, that's a lot of money, and I think that's would help a lot of people, but y'all are just shocked. But like,
Yep.
I don't have to play small because it makes you uncomfortable. Does that
Yep.
make sense?
Yeah.
I
No,
see
jealousy is
people.
a real thing. And I think for me, it's identifying, hey, like what's really going on inside of you
Yeah,
when you go to Fran's stuff and you see her really crushing it and you feel defeated, like what's going on? It's like, oh, you have a sense of jealousy, inferiority complex. You feel like
yeah,
as a guy, why aren't I doing better than Fran? And I've been selling online for years and I should, and it's like, oh, the problem isn't with Fran. The problem is
yeah,
with me. It's doing
yeah,
some internal self-awareness. And I know that there's a lot of women who have struggled because they'll DM me and like, what do you think of Fran? And I try to respond kindly and be like, what is it specifically you don't like? Like, and
yeah,
that's why I thought I got to get Fran on this channel so that, and I think this video, I really hope it shows the true side of you that isn't out just to, I'm trying to get more money, more money, more money. Um, you want to inspire people with your success. You're not trying to be braggadocious about it. Um,
yeah,
you're just, is that the reason behind you posting how
yeah.
much you sell every day?
Y'all, if you go back, I mean, it's what I've done the whole time. And I've actually kind of stepped back from it a little bit. Like, I don't share now what I make every day. Like, I used to do that in my stories. And it kind of makes me mad at myself because I've let the influence of what other people think, even a little bit, kind of like get in my psyche. Um, and so I've just really thought about that. But I've
Yeah.
done it from the start. The only difference is now it shocks you. Now it's like, whoa, that's a lot. And I was, after this DM I got yesterday, I was going to do a reel on it today and I just haven't done it yet. But I was thinking, like, number one, when I see girls online making a ton of money, yes, sometimes I can get jealous, or especially, when I was first starting, of course. But
Right.
also, part of the bigger part of me is like, wow, like, if they can do that, I can do it. It's almost like this is really showing like what's possible. And I think what most people struggle with is that they don't think it's possible for them. They just don't believe in themselves enough to think like, and maybe it's not, but it's definitely
Yeah.
not if you don't think
Well,
if you don't think it's possible, it's like for sure not. But also, I think people just all throughout my business career will say, like, I will be your biggest hype girl. Like, if you come to me and you say, I want to do this, I will always say, like, freaking do it. Like, yes. Like, I will never make you think in any way, shape, or form that you cannot do something that sounds utterly crazy, because why the hell not?
yeah,
And so I think that's missing too, is like, why isn't that possible? I
right.
didn't know making, I think, I didn't know making, what did I make last month? 600 and something $1,000 in a 30-day period was possible. I did not know that I could do that,
Yeah,
but like
just
it
you saying that
happens.
right now, I'm immediately going, I
Yeah.
hate this girl. I hate her.
And that's cool, but that's cool. And I'm like,
Just
I want
messing.
to be that for people. Like, you can come to me and say, I've got this crazy idea that I can disrupt the industry and I'm going to do this. And I am going to tell you, like, freaking do it,
Yeah,
girl. Like,
you're
I am here for
sky's
it.
the limit. Well, you're a sky's the limit
Yeah.
girl because you've experienced that. This is your
Right.
life. This is your reality. You're seeing the power of these platforms and you're using them. I just think that conversation is up to you. If posting income of what you're making and all that, it doesn't feel right for you, don't do it. But for me,
Yeah.
Fran, here's an example. Fran, you posting that did such a mental disorder in my brain as a dude. I set I set a goal. It's like, I have to crush this woman. I need to I need to compete. I'm not crushing her by
Yeah.
any,
Yeah. That's
but
fine.
it worked for me. It has inspired me. It made me get up and make those extra reels. If Fran can do it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it. There she is again in my feed. She's posting 3 reels a day. Well, it's July 4th and I feel like taking a day off and having a barbecue with the family. But frick, there's Fran again. See what's happening, guys?
Yeah.
Fran is helping people like me get motivated and get hungry and go, the sky really is the limit, and to stop
Mm-hmm.
being jealous and stop angry, because that it just shows you have a loser mentality. But to see this as like, hey, if like I needed that. I am a competitor. I see people like you that are a couple million miles ahead of me, and I go, I got to chase that. I want to go after that. And so, and luckily you did that, because it inspired me to, I mean, today I made $1,500. Well, maybe if you wouldn't have put that stuff out there,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have got started. I'd be like, it's not really
Yeah.
possible. These people claim they make money, but they never show proof of it.
Hmm.
Okay. Fran does. Fran shows her Stripe
Yeah.
account, all that. So I love that.
What's that story? There's like a story where it took like hundreds of years for somebody to beat like the 6 minute mile. And
Oh
like
yeah.
the minute somebody beat the 6 minute mile, it was like boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Everyone
Like
kept beating it. Yeah.
somebody set that bar and showed that it was, nobody thought it was possible. Like
Yeah.
no one's run a six. Once they hit that, then it just started snowballing because they were like, oh, it is possible. Like what
Yeah.
else is possible? What
I,
else
I
is
think,
possible?
I think it comes down to Fran isn't being honest. Fran isn't telling us what she's really doing. And that's why I wanted to bring you on. Like, is there really some secret Instagram thing that nobody's ever mentioned that you're doing, that if we all had it, we'd be making millions every day?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I would definitely tell you guys, but mm-mm.
There it is,
I would
guys.
double down on it. I'd have more than 28,000 followers if there was.
Hey, you're making my $1,500 or 1,500 follower account sound ridiculous.
No.
Okay, so love that. I want to get I know you got a million things to do today. So let's touch on the fact that you are what, 4 months into this, May, June, July, August, 3 to 4 months.
Uh, like almost 3.5. Yeah.
Okay, 3.5 months into
It was
this.
May 22nd.
And you are now starting to, we're using the language, build your catalog, build your products that you're offering. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you're still selling stuff that other people have created.
Yes.
And you're okay with that. That's what I'm doing. When you sell MRR, that's what you're doing. So, what led you to think now is the time to possibly disrupt all the success you're having with MRR, add another product? Like, who is this product for? What is it? Give people a sense of why now is the time for you to do this.
Yeah, I just feel like, and that's been my plan all along, is to expand. But when I started with MRR, I did not have the baseline. I didn't have the foundation. I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to get my footing, but I knew that that was my starting point. So over the last 3.5 months, I don't know that anyone, maybe, I don't want to say that, but I know for sure I'm up there with the amount of people that haven't even bought the course from me, who reach out to me for help, who I always answer messages. Y'all know that. I've helped and heard a lot of gaps or things that are needed from people. I have walked through the setting up process with people time and time and time again. I just now have a ton of information about what people might need additionally in order to capture leads, have the social media competence they need to grow or to make sales. And when I was presented with this, it was like, okay, these are not the same tools that I'm already offering, right? This is not a replacement. This is completely different. It's just an extra set of tools to help people monetize their business. Master resale rights is basically the ability to take this course and then offer a business to somebody. What I'm doing now is basically being able to offer the tools to help somebody monetize business or grow or capture leads or whatever. And it's giving people lower, I guess, lower entry items to start growing rather than jumping in at the high ticket. But I think for me, it was just like, yeah, these are the tools that people need. Like, this is something that can complement well. It's not going to take me off track. And I got really excited about it. Plus the software that we use was like a godsend for me with stuff. So
Yeah, there's so she's been hosting a couple webinars, guys, and obviously she's been posting that they've been maxed out. So, but she will send a recording. So
yeah.
check out and register, because it's a way that you can watch the recording of it and see whether or not that's for you. But so in the future, what about what other plans do you have? Like, because I sat in the webinar and I think there's what are those concentric circles? Like there's a lot of overlap in what you're selling. And I think you're just saying, hey, maybe this one or this one. And I think you're figuring out, how to, what the language sounds like to sell that product offering. Because honestly, like I'm a huge fan of system.io. Like it
Hmm.
does everything I need it to do. I
Yeah.
built a course on it. I did like a 2-day challenge course that comes with like I've added products as well. Plus for me, my pivot was people need content support. I have a team that does I'll just provide that. So like I'm like
Yeah.
you, Fran, where I was like, it's never going to be just MRR. And that's
Right.
why like anyone that says this is a stupid business model because there's no way to like you're just selling a one and done sale. And I'm like,
Hmm.
no, you're so
Hmm.
dumb. Like,
I
no,
know. It's
I'm
like
building
so
a
not what
product
believe.
catalog and services attached to it.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm setting myself in a unique way. So like I know right now we have 1 million people in MRR watching this. Fran is not threatened by your offers. I am not
Mm-mm.
threatened. You get to go do whatever you want without attack. Just build
Yeah.
your business, do you. But for you, Fran, so you've got plans to do some kind of mentorship group. Like, can you speak about that? People might be interested in.
Yeah. Yes, I get asked all the time, like, do you do mentorship? And so that's something I've been working on. I'm trying to like space out,
Yeah,
all the projects that I'm working on. But
smart.
with the mentorship group, it was something that I wanted it to be a fair price for people. And I wanted it to have like a lot of value. So that's kind of what I've been working on right now. It's almost ready. I'm working on this right now, and then we'll launch the mentorship. Um, but yeah, I just get asked all the time, like, do you do this, this, and this? And so, like I said, I'm listening to people all day. And if something is like a running theme, it's obviously something that the
Right.
beginner needs. And so, if I can find a way to fill that gap, that's kind of what my goal has been. So,
Yeah. How do you answer people that say, if I buy from you, are you going to be available for support?
I say I always answer questions. Now, am I able to get on a one-on-one Zoom with every single person that buys from me? No, I am not.
And you
But
don't
I never
sell on
say I
that, do
will.
you? You
So
don't
if
say
somebody's
you're going
like,
to do that.
well, old Betty Sue over here is putting on her stories that she's gonna do. And I'm like, do that.
Do it.
I'm not
Yep.
gonna promise you what I can't provide, but
Yep.
I will
Amen.
tell you, I will always answer your questions and see it through with you. I have a tech VA on retainer. I pay her like 5 hours here, 10 hours there. Like I pay you. And when I have somebody come to me saying, I cannot figure out this issue, if I cannot figure it out, hey, talk to my tech
Introducer. Yep.
VA, tell her I sent you. She will get you all straightened out. So that's another running, I guess, rumor that people have like done TikTok videos on is that I just dump my people. And I'm like, y'all, I was up till 12:45 last night trying to answer all my messages
Yeah.
because that's a personal that's something really important to me. So I know for sure I'm not doing that. But am I providing the level of support, that some people would want as far as like daily calls? No, but I never say I would.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. My only problem with that would be is if you were selling, saying, hey guys, you want to
right.
hang out with me, availability and all that. But I've
Yeah.
watched your content. You don't make that claim. And I
Mm-mm.
think at this point, people should know if you buy from someone like Fran, your access is just going to be limited because of how many people she's daily involved with. So, but the fact that you've hired a VA to help people, I think
Oh, yeah.
that says volumes about your desire to actually help people that.
We're going to see it through.
Yep.
I'm not just getting your money and dumping you. Like, if
Yep.
you want to put your time and energy and effort into this, like, I will match it. I'll be there to like support you.
Yep.
Um, but yeah.
Okay. So I think that's all the questions I had. We talked about your strategy on Instagram. You talked about your origin story. We talked about gave people some hacks into like maybe how to grow their brand. And then talk about what you're doing right now. So is there anything else? Last pieces of wisdom from Fran for people that are watching this going, yeah, but I still am nowhere near what Fran has done. The idea of making $1,000 a month would be incredible for them.
Yeah.
Um, what do you say to that person? They're just they're feeling defeated. They're watching you. Maybe they're watching even me, and they're just like, I don't even have a sale yet.
Yeah. I think people tend to, I just think people tend to like throw in the towel really easily. And probably what you do at, you operate at what seems like a high level too. It's just like, I'm very disciplined in what I do every single day. The willing of the level of like work and dedication I'm willing to put in. And you've got to be emotionally disconnected from like the results of it all, if that makes sense. Like you just have, and you said you don't like consistency, but it's like, or
Yeah, no, I
as
love
that being an answer,
consistency.
but
Yeah.
it's also like it takes time to build. Y'all didn't see me when my Instagram was at 0. And I was posting and posting and posting and getting 1 follower a day. Like y'all didn't see me then, but that was mindset wise, that was freaking hard. That was like, is this even, what am I doing? Like,
Right.
I had those thoughts, but I didn't let those thoughts determine the actions I was taking. And I think some people just really easily let that slip in, and they just throw in the towel.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me, is this too late to sign up? Is it saturated? And I know humans. I said, give it 30 days. Half the people will fall off. They'll quit. They'll start it for a week. They won't get any sales, and they'll quit. Um, and I said, like, this is what you can expect.
Yeah.
By the way, the majority of people that are buying this aren't necessarily buying this so that they can resell it. They
Right.
might just want the
Yeah.
information and learn, and maybe they have a different business that they're going to apply these principles to.
Yeah.
That's fine. But I just know in 30 days, a lot of people are going to drop off the map. So, last question here, like how long, like, is it too late to get into MRR? Is it oversaturated? And be honest, because right now, you and I sound biased, right? We're going to say the answer is no, 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 because we want people to buy from us. But let's pretend there is no bias as much as we can. Like, is it too saturated to get in right now and sell this course?
Okay, let me tell you a funny story. When I signed up for MRR, it was on a Thursday. There was 500 people in the group. By the time I launched on that Monday, there was 800. And I was freaking out to the person I bought it from of like, "Oh my god, did I miss the boat? Is it saturated? Oh my god." Like it was this weird like I thought this is so saturated. Like I've missed it completely. And she was just like, "Oh my god, no, there's so much." And she told me, she was like, there's 140,000 affiliates for this affiliate course, and we have
Wow.
800. Like, and then I think about that all the time. There is how 32 million people in network marketing. There was I looked up the numbers, 900,000 affiliates for Amazon. We're talking 15,000 people who have bought the course. Not everyone's even launched it. Not everyone's using it to sell. Like, what you're seeing is the Instagram algorithm realizing that you
Yeah.
like MRR content, and that's what's going to keep you on the app. Like, it's just a limited mindset. The runway with this is it's so huge. It's so untapped. It's
Yeah.
wild.
I just say, go to your local Walmart and just go like this and yell, "Does anyone heard of MRR?" And
Exactly.
just see how many people go, "Oh yeah,
Exactly.
that's that. I hear it on Instagram or TikTok."
Exactly.
No one will respond. No one has heard of
Yep.
it. Um,
100%. It's such a small but big like world on Instagram or social media because of the algorithm. It's just makes it seem a lot more
I
saturated than it is.
if people follow me on Instagram, I always say, guys, I don't get it. I'm blown away. Like 3 people that are strangers to me bought a $500 course that I didn't create. What the frick is happening?
Yeah.
I don't like, and you must go like every time you refresh, even since you've been on this phone call, I'm sure you've made sales, which is crazy. Like, how often every day are you just like checking your email and like, this is crazy. Look at this husband, come in the room. Look at.
Yeah, we went on a date last night and got a massage, and it was like an hour or whatever, and I was like, $1,600 getting a massage. Like, this is so like, what is this? But
Wow.
it's just it's awesome. I was gonna say something else too, but I can't remember what it was. It was about the saturation thing, but
This
lost
woman,
it.
this woman can afford a massage, guys. What is it like? But remember, think of her story, guys, okay? Because if you just take Fran out of context and you see the
Oh,
successful
this is what I was
woman,
gonna say.
okay, go.
Okay. It's actually almost a better time for you to start because we've established the reputation of
Oh,
MRR. Because when I started, nobody knew what the heck it was. It was a lot of explaining. It was a lot of like, is this a scam?
yeah.
Now there's
How
some
long is this going to be
credibility.
around?
Yeah, there's some credibility behind it. So it's almost like I've seen people jump in after and have quicker results because there's already kind of a little bit of a path. So yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
no.
actually maybe even a little bit better
And
than.
honestly, guys, I'm seeing that in mine. My highest sale day was a couple days ago, and I was like, this makes no sense. Your highest sales day should have been
Yeah.
months ago, right? But you're seeing the same thing. Growth is happening, not
Hmm.
this dying down.
Yeah.
So there's the sky's the limit. And you know, Fran also is adding categories. So don't feel like, well, if it's MRR today, what's it going to be tomorrow? Just
Yeah.
build your brand, build your
Yeah.
credibility, um, and don't worry about that.
Yeah.
So if you want to learn more about Fran, link is in the description. She's transparent. She came on this channel. She's willing to answer all the questions. In the comments below right now, what is the one question I didn't ask that maybe you're like, man, if he would have asked this, I really wish he would have asked that. Put that in the comments below, because I'm sure myself and Fran, we can kind of respond. We really want this community, MRR, to be nothing but positive. Last night I had a lady who did nothing but negative. She said, these people are posting their income claims. They're not talking about what's in the course. And I said, that's a straw man argument. That's not true. We talk about what's in the course, but we also talk about our income claims. And I just said, having that negativity on your reels every day, I show up and I see you complain about everybody else in the community. That is not a winner's mentality. And I offered this girl $100. I said, find me someone that's getting sales in the MRR community that talks trash about someone else. Find them for me. I'll pay you money. You won't find it, because winners don't look to the left. They don't look to the right. They don't judge. And then when they do get jealous, like I shared openly vulnerable with Fran, like I was jealous of Fran, they don't look at Fran as the problem. They look inward. And I think right now there's a lot of our friend Stanley moms that instead of like attacking Fran, maybe you should be taking notes. And maybe you should
Yeah.
get off your high horse about, well, she had a network coming in. She did. How did she get that? Was that handed to her by her mom and dad? No, she built it. She's learned how to build a company, and she's learned how to get rid of this identity syndrome, where it's like, oh, am I good enough? She doesn't want the more thing. She's hired a VA. She's willing to help you. Like, what more do you want from this girl? So I hope that this interview helped really establish who you really are. And I know you have a good heart. You're empathetic. You help people. You want people to grow. It's not a quick money grab for you. And I respect that. And I'm so glad we had this conversation. So thanks for coming on, for real.
Thank you. Me too.
Awesome. All right, guys, please like, subscribe for more interviews. Who should I have on next? Let us know, and go follow Fran. You can follow me. I'm not that cool, but definitely check out her page. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed that interview as much as I did. I really appreciate Fran's time and her openness and transparency. Let's continue to cheer each other on. As you know, in MRR, there's always going to be changes. I'm adding products to my catalog. I just added a brand new product that comes with MRR, and actually Fran is featured in this course. So feel free to check out my stand store. I also offer reel service, which means my content team who does my reels will also do them for you. I've got a special package. Just check out my Instagram, click on my stand store, and you'll see all the products that I offer. Also, make sure you check out what Fran's doing, her new product offering, and let's continue to cheer each other on and stay positive in this MRR community. All right, I love you guys. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go. We'll see you in the next one.